Good morning, everybody. My name is Scott. I'm with Three Brothers Racing. We're out here at Fox Raceway. We're going to demo the all-new 2024 Stark VARG Motocross Edition. I'm joined here today with Dave, Mike, Craig, Kevin, and Guy. The expectations are high, but the most important thing is we're going to have some fun with this and share our opinions from advanced rider to novice rider for all of our employees to come check this bike out. You'll see it on the showroom soon.
What's going on, guys? Super stoked to be out here at Paul and testing out the Stark VARG, the 2024 first model we've ever released. Coming out soon at Three Brothers Racing. We're in Costa Mesa. And first impression on the bike was it feels really nimble. It feels pretty narrow, but it doesn't bug me that it feels narrow. It actually felt pretty comfortable. Overall, the geometry felt quite at home. There wasn't anything strange about the bike. The biggest difference compared to my KTM 450 SXF was definitely the power itself, the feel of the engine. It feels really loose with not much mid-range at first. It felt kind of funky where it kind of hits all of a sudden, but it definitely was a little new, but after I got used to it, it felt right at home. I was able to scrub the jumps, hit all the jumps. Since it does hit all of a sudden, it felt like it potentially could loop out on certain jumps, and maybe out of a turn or a big nice scrub roller, I could potentially loop out. So definitely want to get used to it before fully, riding it too aggressive like your standard gas bike. But besides that, I mean, it felt amazing. The bike's got amazing front end traction. That's one thing that really stuck out was coming into turns, the front end just really drops, which is a big deal to me, so that felt really comfortable. And yeah, the suspension felt right at home, no complaints there. Of course, it was my first impression, so not too much to say as of now as far as complaints. Everything felt great, and stoked to keep riding it a little more and see what I feel.
Hi, this is Guy from Three Brothers Racing. This is my first impression on a Stark VARG. Oh man, I was so excited to ride on this bike, and it's just impressed how the bike feels. Feels so good. Power delivery, it's much easier to control on throttle, and I was so worried about don't have the clutch to make the power a little less when you need it, the traction, but it's easy to feel on the throttle. So you can, I choose 3 maps with, start with 35 horsepower, and it's a good bike, good traction, but on the track, we feel that we need more power. So I tried 45, after that I tried 50 horsepower, and it's really nice. The bike's so strong. I don't imagine how it would be to ride with 80 horsepower on that bike. The bike feels so narrow. The suspension is really safety, really good. It's a KLB that's used on Yamaha for many years. So perfect suspension. Brakes are really good. The Bravo brakes, that's the same that came on KTM. So the bike has a lot of parts that come from the other brands. That's really good. But the main focus on the electric power and the electric engine, it's really nice, really good bike. Like I said, you feel light on jumps, a little different than the gas motorcycles because the weight is a little high, not so low, but it's really good. On the first lap, you can adapt it on that and ride it really fun.
Craig from Three Brothers Racing. First impressions of the Stark VARG, extremely stable, cornered really well, and then once we put it into about 350 horsepower, the thing was incredibly fast. It really surprised me out of the corners how much acceleration you really get out of the bike. Very predictable, cornering, accelerating. You get into a nice power slide if you want to. Very stable jumping. Have plenty of power, and that was only in mode 3. We had another 30 horsepower, we could have kicked it up, but really didn't need it. That was fast enough for sure. So really enjoyed the bike. Hope we get some more time on it. It's always suspension for your personal taste. A lot to work with. Everything felt good though right out of the box.
It's an amazing experience. I can tell you that the bike's so like light and tiny. You can move so much around, and having no gears, so it makes so different the way to drive and ride. So I'm really impressed. I really like it. It's a really fun bike to ride. So cool. It's a nice spin. Anybody that's gonna ride it is gonna tell about it. Super cool. I love it. Guys, come up here today to test it out and prove it.
Nick's over out here with Three Brothers Racing, testing out the Stark VARG. Very interesting bike. It feels super light, super narrow when you're riding it. It definitely feels lighter than a traditional motorcycle just because you don't have the gyro from the motor kind of holding the front end down. It's really, really nimble. You can hop around the track, jump off little braking bumps, and it's very compliant. It does whatever you want. I couldn't get the front end to slide out, try to push it into corners, grab a little bit too much front brake with the Brembos and it'll happen, but just kind of rolling through corners and just maintaining speed around corners, never had an issue. At the same time that it feels super light, it also feels very planted. It's a very odd combination. Jumping is a little bit different with the Stark than your traditional bike because of that regenerative braking, so it almost the higher you turn it, the more it acts like you're dragging a rear brake once you let off. So as you go off jumps, you just kind of flip the throttle once you're in the air, and it pulls the front end back up. And you can play with it in the air, just with the throttle. More throttle front end high, less throttle front end lower. It's very interesting. When you're riding it, it feels like a smaller bike, similar to like the size of like a Super Mini. But the riding position is very comfortable, very neutral. You don't feel cramped at all. More than enough power to get over any jump from inside lines, outside lines. I was riding it at 55 horsepower, and it felt very similar to like a strong 350 or like a Suzuki 450, just without the weight. Didn't want to push you into corners. You let off and you were coasting at that point. Overall, great experience. Had a ton of fun. Appreciate Three Brothers having us out here to put some laps on it. Thanks.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Three Brothers Racing. We're a motorcycle dealer out of Costa Mesa, California. We've been around the motorcycle industry for over 30 years. And we are the #1 selling KTM, Husqvarna, and Gasgas motorcycle dealership. We sell more units than any other dealer currently in the U.S. So really excited. We just released a brand new website. All new. Total inventory of our parts department is in stock at our website, ready to purchase. Aside from that, we have a live inventory of all vehicles in stock. We also have information on our service promotion, service specials. Please check out our new website and shop on there. Check out what we have. And yeah, thanks for following along, guys. Stoked on the new Stark VARG.